Bakker, thanks for coming back. I'm the naturopath. You probably know that by now after seeing some of my videos. Let's talk about some issues regarding dieting. No, that's the wrong question. 7 weight loss mistakes that can damage your gut health. Okay, that's the topic. So let's look at some different issues there that can affect the health of your digestive system and maybe some ways you can remedy that. Right? So these are 7 classic mistakes that many people make. The first one is calorie restriction. So many people feel just by cutting out, a certain amount of food per day, they're going to lose weight. But unfortunately, they're not just going to starve themselves, they're going to starve their gut bacteria. They're also going to give, there are 3 key hormones that are involved here when it comes to appetite, control and suppression. You're going to muck those hormones up. You're going to create a big problem in terms of binging. So you're going to get hungry at other times when you don't want to be hungry, and then you're probably going to eat something that you feel bad about eating because you were hungry. So by restricting calories, you're not going to lose weight. In fact, you're probably going to gain more weight by restricting calories, rather than lose it. So just be very careful. When you starve your gut, the gut's going to kick you up the butt and it will let you know. And then you'll be eating inappropriately, which many people do when they restrict calories. Second one is, don't eliminate whole entire food groups. For example, there's a doctor running around at the moment telling people to eliminate certain foods containing lectins because they're bad for you. What a load of crap! How can you just pull something out of the sky, Don't eat tomatoes, don't eat this based on XYZ study. What about if I come out with a study to say, look, you can eat everything except aubergines. If you eat courgettes, your ears will grow twice as fast, and you don't want to look like Mickey Mouse, do you? So don't eat courgettes. You know what? Courgette sales will plummet. No one's going to buy them anymore, except the people with small ears, probably, okay? Now don't laugh, it's true. People actually believe stuff like this, that tomatoes can create problems, So they take this whole group out of their diet because someone with a white coat and a stethoscope told them to do that, right? It doesn't really work that way. I'm sorry, guys. There are probably more studies advocating the benefits of the foods that this guy's recommending to take out than there are studies saying the opposite. All right? Don't eliminate food groups. You're going to restrict yourself really bad doing that, right? For example, many people take out these foods: beans, legumes, whole wheat, potatoes, even rice, yogurt, dairy foods. They're told they're all bad for your health. Take them all out of your diet, It's not really the way to do it. Okay, eliminating whole food groups creates problems for you. It creates, unfortunately, also restrictions on the type of nutrients that your body can get to really take off. A lot of foods we are told to take out of our diet contain fiber. So when you restrict calories and you restrict food groups, your fiber intake often plummets. All right? And this can create bowel problems and appetite dysregulation and bloating and gas, and an opportunity for other bacteria to start taking the upper hand in the gut. So there is some shonky science behind removing these food groups, but I would not recommend you just take them out because someone all of a sudden is telling you can't eat these foods anymore, when for thousands of years people have been eating these foods. So just be careful, because these foods are particularly good for building up the gut health. Legumes, beans, potatoes. You're saying, but I can't eat them. When I eat them, I get gas. I fart like a horse. I get kicked out of restaurants. I'm not allowed to eat this kind of food around my partner. Well, then get your gut into shape so it can tolerate these foods. Do a stool test. Find out what the problem is, okay? There's a problem. You can fix the problem. And in 9 out of 10 cases, you can usually resume eating these kind of foods again, albeit, take it nice and slowly to begin with, but then eventually, like me, you can eat all the food groups without any problem at all, okay? So, dairy, we're all told to leave the cow alone, but yogurt and kefir are outstanding foods and have been used for thousands of years by people. So, just be careful. Yes, eliminate yogurt, but eliminate the yogurt in those small bottles containing artificial sugars in them, and plastic fruit and junk like that. Throw those things out. We're talking real yogurt, right? The third one, assuming all salads are good food. It's interesting. I used to work in a company once, and as a technical manager, and one of the sales assistants came along, and then we shared lunch together. And I often will bring my own lunch, if I'm going on a day trip. And this lady bought something, and it was a salad in a plastic bowl and she sat down and started to eat it. And then I had a look at it and I tasted it, and it was full of sugar, like so sweet, it was almost like a dessert. Okay, not all salads are created equal. Some salads have got so much sauce contained on them that's full of high fructose corn syrup or artificial sugars. And just be very, very careful of the sauces and the salads, because not all salads are created equal. All right? The salads I make are a far cry from the crap that you buy in the shop. They actually taste like salad. You know? So just be careful. Some contain bacon. I put in here high fructose corn syrup, all kinds of fancy mustards and sauces in them which taste gross. So they're not really salads, are they? Fourth one, assuming all healthy treats are healthy. Many people have this idea that things like muesli bars are healthy, okay? And also small little snack packs with yogurt in them and little sauces and things like that. So in New Zealand we have this star rating for healthy food, star rating, and it's incredible how many crappy foods I've seen which have got a rating of 4 or 5 stars, and the really healthy foods have got a low star rating, so I can't work out what's going on there. So just be careful, because many muesli bars, for example, contain lots of different sugars in them, like maltodextrin and glucose and different syrups and rice syrups and things like that. So just because it's a muesli bar and it's got some healthy little, sunrise with a palm tree on it, it doesn't make it good for your gut. All right, throw that crap out. You don't need muesli bars in your diet. Eat an apple. All right. Fifth point, assuming artificial sugars are safe. Okay, and diet foods are safe. You see those little containers in the supermarket, diet this or diet that. That's junk. You don't want that stuff in your diet. All right. Artificial sugars have shown and proven to be not safe. Maybe not in human studies at this point, but certainly in rat studies and animal studies. Certainly I've seen patients, which I can't disclose names or cases or anything. I had one case in particular of a person who approached me. She was actually creating a large legal case against a particular confectionery manufacturer because of the artificial sugars in the chewing gum, how it affected her neurologically so bad. She actually had some proof from a hospital on the effects of this on her brain, that she made a court case out of it. So just be very careful with artificial sugars. One of my good buddies died at 58, died of a heart attack. He was a diabetic, but he did drink 2 litres of Diet Coke per day. And he had a master's in chemistry. He said there's nothing wrong with Diet Coke. In fact, these sugars are safe for the body. Well, he's gone a long time now, so just be careful, okay? If man makes it, it's generally not safe, unless it's a pair of underpants or maybe a shirt, but just be careful. If it's food, I'd be very careful if humans made it. So, what's wrong with honey, a natural sweetening agent? We've had honey for a long, long time, a lot longer than the diet drinks have been around. 6th point, fruit juices are healthy. Many people still start the day with a tall glass of orange juice full of sugar, okay? Fruit juices are not healthy. Fruit juices need to contain the fiber that was thrown out when the juice was produced, because this releases how the sugar gets, released in the body. It gets released more slowly, not very quickly, like it will do when you're just basically drinking a sugary drink. So if you like fruit, eat the fruit, ditch the sugar. Ditch the juice. Don't have the juice, eat the whole fruit. Right. What do we got? The 7th point. 7th point's interesting one. So the 7th point is following diet-based advice, but foregoing the lifestyle, okay? So it can be very ruinous to your gut if you're going to be up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, binging on Netflix, for example. Many people today watch Netflix or watch movies online, and they'll watch at all times of the day. Many people have got these VPNs, these virtual private networks they hook up with now, and they can watch TV programs anywhere in the world. So people are too connected. And that's the thing, you need to disconnect if you want to get good gut health, not connect with everything. So your body and brain needs rest, good nutrition, and a good life if you want to have a thriving, body to carry around with. And as I always say, you want to die a healthy corpse. You don't want to really die a diseased corpse, do you? So look after your health. And if you look at these 7 different points I've raised here, they may seem simple, but there's a lot of profound information in there. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to click on the link if you want my free Candida report. Thank you.